Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Fa'awudhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi ishrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi Sidni Ilman Ajmain inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase in all of us knowledge. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the class, my brothers and sisters. We will learn lesson number 10, which is very exciting lesson because now we are stepping into the world of Mudhariya. We were just on the shore of Mudhariya before, just wetting our feet here and there. I was trying to explain you a few things in Mudhariya, but today we are going deep in the ocean, inshallah. But before I start lesson number 10, I want to go to lesson 24. You will be saying, why 10 and 24? There's a big jump. But lesson number 24, my brothers and sisters, is the complete picture of numbers. Complete picture of numbers. I will explain you a few things, and you can also, when you get a time, you can check lesson 24. Start with key. Start with key. Now I must tell you how we should study Madina books. Whether you are a new student or an old student, we always begin with the key. Try to understand the key, the lesson that we are wishing to study. Start our study. I do it myself also with the key to refresh everything what Dr. Abdurrahim is planning to teach us. After studying the key, then you come to the main lesson in textbook. That way, you will become more strong, and inshallah, things will fall into the pieces for you to understand beautifully. So we go to lesson number 24. In the key, remember, in the key. Lesson 24. Yes. Now, brothers and sisters, this is the key of lesson 24. I'll go briefly here, then we'll go to the main lesson 24, and I want to show you something there. This lesson deals with numbers, complete explanation of number from all angles. All the rules about the numbers mentioned before have been put together here. You see, everything that Dr. Abdurrahim mentioned before, which I try to avoid it, not to burden you too much, they are put here together. The rules are put there together. All the rules, we summarize these rules under the following headings. Very important. Rule number 1, regarding numbers. These agree with the ma'dud and ma'dud. Yeah, these agree with ma'dud and follow the ma'dud as adjective. Okay. Now, before I even go further, I just want to make you remember this. Al-adadu. Remember this word, please. Huh? Al-adadu. Huh? What is the meaning of al-adadu? The number. The number. Then there's another word we must always remember, and that is al-ma'dud. Al-ma'dud. What is the meaning of al-ma'dud? Thing which is being counted, thing counted, thing counted. You can check in your book. You all have Madina books. You should take the new edition, which combines everything together in a large fonts and some nice colors. And you should enjoy it. I think the old books have many errors. The new books, Brother Yusuf Jamal worked very hard for several years to bring out this new print of the book, and it is error-free, so you should buy it. It is a good investment. 4 volumes for only $50. That is a very cheap price, my brothers and sisters, from our bookstores. Or you can go on our website and you can see that also. Now, Ma'dud, Adad and Ma'dud. So here, we come here, Wahidun, Isnani. These agree with the Ma'dud. This agree with the Ma'dud. And follow the Ma'dud as an adjective. So where is the Ma'dud here? Kitabun. And this is the number, Wahidun. See, Kitabun, Wahidun, they follow because this Wahidun is an adjective. Read slowly, slowly, and inshallah you will understand. And Kitabani, this is dual. So Kitabani is your Ma'dud, and this is your number. It's Nani, 2 books. Now here, Sayaratun, tun, then Wahidatun, tun. This is your Ma'dud, this is your number. Sayaratani, Isnatani, same way. Now we come to the, from Salasatun to Asharatun. These numbers do not agree with Ma'dud. These numbers do not agree with Ma'dud. If the Ma'dud is masculine, these are feminine and vice versa. See, Salasatu Rijalin, 3 men. So where is the number? Number is this. Feminine. What is this? Ma'dud. Salasatu Rijalin. And now Rijalin is your Ma'dud. It's a masculine. Now make it into feminine. Nisa'in is your Ma'dud. It's a feminine. So the number became masculine. Now, this is little, I should say, tricky, but we can understand it, inshallah, gradually. If you don't understand, don't become frustrated. It's a matter of time. You will master it. We will all master it, inshallah. Now, that was number 2. Now here, there were number B, the C. Both parts agree with the Ma'dud. Ahada ashara. Ithna ashara. Huh? See here, for example, I'm asking you a question. In this sentence or phrase, where is Madud? Taliban. Huh? Okay, so they both agree. From 11 to 19, the adad is in two parts. Huh? So, but in this 11, it agrees, both agree, Ma'adud and adad. Same here, this is Monas. Ihda ashratan Taliban. Ashrata Taliban. Isna ashara Taliban. They agree. Huh? And Isnata asharata Taliban. Read it slowly. Don't rush. If you maybe you will need to read it every now and then to keep it in your mind fresh. And now we come to 13 to 19. Huh? Huh? Now remember, as I said to you, I'm again pointing out to you. See here, the adad has got two parts. Huh? And this is your ma'adud. Huh? I'm writing here ma'adud, Taliban, Talibatan. So here, from 13 to 19 only. Huh? And after that, things become much more simpler. So here, my brothers and sisters, this is part one. This is opposite of Taliban. This is masculine and this is feminine. Huh? Now this matches. What is matching? The second part matches with the Ma'dud. The first part is separate. It's opposite of masculine. Same here. Now the Ma'dud is Talibatan. So the second part agrees, but the first part does not agree. No, this is Ma'dud is feminine. No, this is masculine. Salasata. I put a line here also. That's all is more important. Then, of course, these numbers do not change for gender. So, Ishruna, Salasuna, Miatun, Alfun, this is simpler. It does not change because of the, this is a number, this is Ma'adud, it does not change. Please remember, and you can read it. That's all for this, okay? Now, I go to the key. This is 24. No, I just did it. Huh? No, I should go to the textbook. Huh? This is lesson 10. We have to go to lesson 24 quickly. You'll have to bear with me till I change this because there is no other way of going to the lesson except by manual way of doing it. Huh? Lesson 20. Remember, lesson 24 deals with numbers only. That's all. Only numbers. So I was waiting for you to come to lesson number 10 so that I can then touch base with the numbers now. I can probably do it every week a little bit, if time permitting. Where are we now? What lesson are we now? 21. Here are 24. See now, come. Now, please understand me. Huh? I'm trying to explain you in a way, inshallah, that will make a lot of sense to you. You see this sign? When you see this sign, it only means one thing, that adad and madud match each other. Huh? This sign means the adad, the number, and thing counted match each other. Huh? Please remember this sign. Now this sign says, which is opposite of the number and thing counted are opposite of each other. Okay, fine. Again, 11 to 12, they match, as I was explaining you. Do it slowly. Look at it. If you do it slowly, try to understand, it will make a lot of sense to you. Because number is something every non-Arab student is kind of frightened, because the rules are not very easy to follow. Now in English and other languages, we don't have these rules in counting. Now from 13 to 19, they're opposite. See, from 13 to 19, they are opposite. This is the sign of opposite. No, they are, no, not exactly opposite, but it means one part agrees and other part does not agree, because 13 to 19, no, actually 11 to 19, they have two parts, 11 and 12, both parts agree. But 13 to 19, one part agrees and one part does not agree. Now I'll explain to you, my brother. See this? Oh, I explained you, but I want to explain you again. I don't mind. No? See, from 11 to 19, the number have got two parts. Ahada Ashara. This is your Ma'dud. You must always remember to identify Ma'dud. These are all Ma'dud. Remember, these are all Ma'dud. If you understand Adat Ma'dud, things become very easy, inshallah. Let me tell you one more thing. Learning Arabic is a mental gym. Like algebra, mathematics, it requires your mind to figure out and understand. So it helps you develop your mind to understand things which are a little complicated, and slowly you master them. So we are coming to 11. No, let's start from the beginning. So number 1 and 2, they match each other. See, Talibun, Wahidun. What is Talibun? Ma'dud. What is Wahidun? Number. They match each other. Talibatun, Muannas, Wahidatun, Muannas. Talibani, dual, Isnani, dual, but masculine. Talibatani, Isnatani, this is feminine, but they match each other. This is your Ma'dud, this is your number. Now when you come to Salasatu Tullabin, Salasatu, so everything is here put here, everything together. So you can just do one thing at home, draw a line like that to separate masculine and feminine. This thing is all masculine, this is all masculine, and this is all feminine. Okay, now, Salasatu Tullabin. So where is the Ma'dud? Where is the Ma'dud? Tullabin. And here, salasu talibatin. This is your ma'dud. No, they are opposite. See this sign? Opposite. Salasatu is monas. The adad, no, this is ma'dud. Ma'dud is muzakkar, tulabin. Ma'dud is tulabin. This is the number. Opposite. And then this is ma'dud is feminine, the number is masculine. Number is masculine, the ma'dud is feminine. This is number is feminine, ma'dud is masculine. So that is the way it goes, my brother. And then we come to ahada ashara. I was trying to tell you ahada ashara. So it is better you put a line all the way here, even further down to separate masculine and feminine. So here are the two parts, both part number 1, part number 2. These are numbers, because this is ma'dud, taliban. So ahada ashara. So these are two numbers, but in two parts, This is same thing here. This is your ma'dud. No, I never taught you like this before. But as I was going through it, the thought came to my mind that I must tell you and ask you to memorize ma'dud and number. And when you see something, you can say, okay, this is ma'dud and this is number. So this is number and this is your ma'dud. This is your number and this is ma'dud. But two parts, So everything agrees with each other. Everything agrees with each other. Ahada ashara taliban, masculine, everything. Ihda ashrata talibatan, everything feminine. Ithna ashara taliban, same thing, my brothers and sisters. They match each other and they match each other. Now starting from number 13 to 19. One more thing I must tell you, that the number from 13 to 19, the number you will always see fatah. Always you will see fatah. Bhai, kya baat hai? You don't change anything? No, they won't change. What is it? They are mabni. What is mabni? So these numbers are mabni from 11 to 19. They are mabni. But see, also they are all mabni. Fatah, fatah, fatah. So then we have to define them by, are you majroor? Are you mansub? Are you fa'il? Are you maf'ulun bihi? That you will do it, inshallah. And it is fun to do that. That, inshallah, we'll do it. Don't worry. So I'm just writing here, these are mabni. What is mabni? The numbers. Both parts, mabni. Now you have to just remember that. In a way, it is easy. See, and then here it says, the ma'dud does not agree with the number, but only one part, okay? Only one part. See here, if you see here, my brothers and sisters, if you see here, what do you see here? Salasata. Now this is feminine and ashara is masculine. So the one part agrees. The second part of the number agrees. The second part of adad agrees. And the first part does not agree. So you see talibatan and asharata agrees. But the first part does not agree because it is now muzakkar. Salasata is monas. Salasa, so there is no ta marbuta. Ta marbuta is the sign of feminine. It is opposite. Now that is all, it goes all the way to 19. See, tis'ata, Taliban, this is your ma'dud. The second part agrees with Taliban. The first part does not agree because this is feminine. And here when the ma'dud, the thing counted, is monas, the first part does not agree, but the second part agrees. Inshallah, you will understand it. Now I ask you something else, or I must tell you something ways in a very lighter way. Inshallah, you will like it. This is a joke. It is a joke. No one told me but Dr. Abdurrahim himself, because it was my habit to ask him when he was staying with me the things that bothered me. Now, do you see here, my brothers and sisters? Do you see here? Taliban, Taliban, Taliban. It's mansub and it is singular. Mansub and it is singular. So everybody will tell you that this is a tamiz. What is it? Tamiz. You know, kam kitaban indaka, like that. Taliban is a tamiz. You know, it removes the ambiguity. If you to say somebody arbata ashara, and then you don't say anything else, does not make sense. So then you brought the tamiz. Tamiz, remember, we'll do a lot of tamiz. It will come. Very popular in tamiz, in Urdu. Tamiz means well-mannered, but that is not the meaning in Arabic. So this is all tamiz, and you can see they are singular and they are all mansub. So that is very nice, alhamdulillah. So I told Dr. Saib, I said, Dr. Saib, these are all tamiz. I understand they are singular and they are mansub. But what about these here? Salasatu Tullah bin. How will you describe Tullah bin, Dr. Saib? He said, Brother Asif, this is also tamiz. My question was, Dr. Saib, how can it be tamiz? It's majroor and it is plural. How can it be tamiz? Tamiz is singular and what is that? And mansub. This is majroor. The tamiz is normally all the time it's mansub. Kam kitaban, kam dolaran. So these are all tamiz, mansub, singular. Then I said, Dr. Saib, does not make sense that this should be a plural and it should be majroor, and you also call this tamiz. What was his answer? I will never forget in my life that answer. He said, Brother Asif, this tulabin is also tamiz, but it is a battamiz. I had a big laugh, and I never forgot. So here, this tulabin is also tamiz, but it is majroor. So Dr. Saib said, this is a battamiz. Remember that. Maybe you can quote this joke. Okay, that's it, my brothers and sisters. Now we go to our textbook. No, this is textbook. Yes, I have to go back now. I have to go back. Where are we now? 11. We came to 11. Now this is number 10. We will be studying this, inshallah. But before I start the lesson from here, I feel I must explain you a few more things about Mudaria. Yeah, this is our main lesson today. Main lesson today. But I will start with something else. Now, sometimes, I'm grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm so grateful to him. I cannot thank him enough, because while I'm thinking about this, how to teach you, how to make it more interesting, how to make it more interesting, and how to make it joyful. Yes, I want to make the study of Arabic a joy, a fun. How can I do it? And I pray to Allah to help me. So I got something here to tell you. Something here to tell you. Now, if you all have this, but I have made this a small handout. I don't have it in a proper shape in writing, but if you like it, then if you write it to me that you would like a handout of this, then I will definitely make it, or ask someone to type it for me, inshallah, and I'll send you. And you then keep it in your file. 4 things to remember in Fi'al Mudariya, because now we are entering the Mudariya. First thing to remember, that in the beginning of Mudariya, remember, in the beginning of Mudariya, there will be alamatu Mudariya, the sign of Mudariya. That alamat will tell us that the fi'l is now Mudariya. Signs of Mudariya. Now, what are they? This is also in Madina books. Maybe it comes in book 3. There are 4. And Dr. Abdurrahim has given this thing, Atayna. So Alif, Ta, Ya, Nun, which is Alif, Ta, Ya, Nun. But I have my own method of explaining you, my brothers and sisters. One of the above 4 letters is prefixed to the verb. Did you get the idea? Is prefixed to the verb to indicate that the verb is Mudariya now. These 4 things will come. If they don't come, then it's not Mudariya. Okay? No. For me, it was easy to say to my students, for the sake of easy understanding, for the sake of easy understanding, I divide the Mudariya in 3 groups. What is the first group? 5 in your pocket. Yes. Remember, please. Remember, 5 in your pocket. And what is that? Huwa, hiya, anta, ana, nahnu. All you change is ya, ta, hamza, and nun. Here. Ya, ta, hamza, nun. Huwa, hiya, anta, ana, nahnu. If you remember that, that will make the things very easy. We'll practice it, inshallah. The first thing to remember is this. Group number. This is the other thing. For the sake of easy understanding, I should say for the sake of fun also, I divide the Mudariya in 3 groups. Now this you will not find anywhere else, because probably the scholars won't like what I'm doing here, but I have done it in the class. It has benefited the students a lot. Okay, so this is the 5 in your pocket. Remember, I'll come to it. What is the group B? Af'alul Khamsa. Remember, this you have to remember. Mudariya, group A is 5 in your pocket, which is which is how many? We got 14 pronouns. So these are 5 pronouns. And then we have afalul khamsa. Now here it says 5, but they are actually 7 pronouns. I will explain you. And the number 3rd is mabni, 2 pronouns. They are mabni. We have to learn how to analyze it, say in grammatical way. Hunna and antunna. Hunna and antunna. They will never change. No matter what you do in the language, they will not change, you know. Okay, now I ask you this is Afalul Khamsa. What is it? In short, tell me what is Afalul Khamsa. I will tell you what it is. Noon comes and noon goes. Noon comes and noon goes. That is your Afalul Khamsa. Did you get the idea? What is Afalul Khamsa? Noon comes and noon goes. Noon comes and noon goes. That is in English. What do you say in Urdu? Noon aata hai, noon jata hai. Noon aata hai, noon jata hai. What do you say in Somali language? Noon amanaya, noon bahaya. Noon imanaya, imanaya, imanaya. Maybe my pronunciation is not good in Somali. Noon bahaya. Okay, what about Swahili? We got so many people from East Africa. Nuni kaja, nuni kaja, nuni kenda. So these are 4 languages. We have students, majority of the students in 4 languages. And then this is Mabni. Now, one more thing I want to tell you. So see here, 5 and 7, 12, and this is 2, 14. Total pronouns in Arabic language, 14 pronouns. 14 damair. Damair. Fine. Now, you have to remember, this is also important. I never said it before. Also, we must understand and always keep it in our mind, the following things. What are they? There are 14 distinct pronouns in Arabic language. Oh, of course, we know huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, and anahnu. Each pronoun is attributed, which means ascribed, to refer specially to the verb. And that pronoun becomes the file. Each pronoun is attributed, which means ascribed, to refer specially to a verb, one verb, and that pronoun becomes the file. Right? This process is called al-isnad. What is the meaning of al-isnad? The pronoun is attached at the end of the verb. At the end of the verb. It is suffixed to attach as a suffix at the end of the verb. Keep that in mind. That pronoun which will become file of the verb, it is suffixed. It is attached at the end of the verb. Please remember, that is it. If you like this, my explanation, I'll make it a, inshallah, I'll make it a handout for you for this things that I told you. Now we come to the textbook, my brother. Now we come to the lesson. And I will explain you and make it easy for you, inshallah. So here, One more thing, brother. Whenever you see a verb, ask a question. What will be your question? Where is the file? Where are you? Where is the file? That is extremely important throughout our life. Even when I study Quran, when the verb comes, my eyes are looking, where is the file? Huh? Where is the file? Huh? And that process of your tracing the file or investigating the file is a fun part. Huh? It's a joy to figure out. Sometimes it's not easy, but it is fun to figure out. More about that we will learn in book 3, but at least we can start from here. My brother and sister, ذهب زكريا لزيارة حامد بعد صلاة الفجر. Fine. So here is the verb ذهب. There is the file. This is your file. This is your file. فعل ماض مبني على فتح. This is how you'll explain. Now, I will be repeating this thousands of times. So if you don't get it today, or even after a week, you are still not sure, don't worry. I will be repeating it and trying to put it in your hard drive, inshallah. Li harf jar, li ziyarati ism majrur, huwa mudaf, hamidin mudaf, bada is a zarf, and this is mudaf ilay salatil fajri. Mudaf ilayh. Zakaria went to visit Hamid ba'da salatil fajri. This is you can try to translate, my brothers and sisters, in an easy way. Don't worry about how you, but at least understand that yes, you understand it. Walakinnahu. Now this lakin, my brother and sister, I will not go in detail except for one thing. I will say lakinna is min akhwatu inna. Remember, inna, anna, lakinna, ka'anna, la'alla, and la'alla, and laita. Six stars. Lakinnahu ma, this is nafi. Wajadahu. Wajada here, my brothers and sisters. Wajada only is the fi'al. File mustatir taqdiru huwa, that goes to Zakaria. Who is mafulun bihi? Fil bayti. Faqala libnihi Musa. What is libnihi Musa? Li ibnihi Musa. Aina abuka. Try to see if you can break it down. Libnihi. Maybe I will do it. I want to show you, this is how you should have a nice pencil so you can scribble, Li plus, this is ibni, but it is Hamzatul Wasal. Li ibni, because this made it majroor. Wa huwa mudaf. This is your mudaf. And then this is your mudaf ilayhi. Libnihi. And then we have Musa. Now, if I tell you something, please do not be gabbrified. I don't expect you to have the knowledge of that. But since I'm doing it for the sake of fun, I will say, what is Musa doing here? What is Musa doing here? Libnihi Musa. Libnihi Musa. Musa is a badal. Now, if you don't recognize it, don't worry. I just said it. We will study a lot later on. This is a badal for Ibni. The son of his son. That was Musa's son. Fine. Musa now replying. Zahaba ila souk. MashaAllah, that's easy. Zahaba ila souk. And this is Zahaba fi'al madi. There is the file. Mustatir, taqdiru huwa, that goes to Abu. that goes to Abu. Did you get the idea? He went to the market. Right. Now we come to the Mudariya, my brother. Now we come to the Mudariya. Huh? See, that is Hamzatul Istifham for asking question. Yadhabu ila suki kulla yawmin, every day, kulla yawmin. Yadhabu ila suki kulla yawmin. What is the meaning of it? Does he go to the market every day? So now, fine. Yadhabu. What is yadhabu? Let me write it down here. Yadhabu. Please tell me what is yadhabu? What is ya? Alamatu mudariya. What is it? Alamatu mudariya. This is your alamatu mudariya. This is your fa kalima. This is your ain kalima. This is your lam kalima. Now, do you see here that alamatu mudariya is alamatu mudariya? It tells us that this is the fi'l mudariya now. You see, this is mahdi. This is mudariya. How do you know mudariya? Because you recognize the alamatu mudariya. This is your first radical, second radical, third radical. The first radical in mudariya will always be sakin, with a sukun. The third radical will always be with dhamma, and it can change. But the second radical has a fatha or kasra or dhamma. Okay, let me write it down. Or let me at least, second radical can have a fatha, dhamma, kasra. Dhamma, kasra, right? So now, I think I'm going to go back. I just thought I had so many things in my mind. I'm going to go here. No, not here. I'm going to go to lesson 10. Bear with me, my brothers and sisters. Number 9. I think I did work here, yes. So this is lesson 10. I should have explained you this, but doesn't matter. In this lesson, we learned the following. Lesson number 10. What we learn, Dr. Saib? The present tense of Arabic verb. Yes. This, starting from lesson 10, we learn the present tense of Arabic verb. Zahaba is Mahdi, past tense. So now we learn the past tense, which is called Mahdi. You must always see key lesson 10. Please study key lesson 10. First thing, when you have time, you open the lesson 10, key lesson 10, and read everything, and maybe you can highlight it. The past tense, which is called Mahdi. The present and future, which is called Mudariya. And then what is the third form of verb? Imperative, which is called Amar, fellow Amar. We have already learned Mahdi. In this lesson, we will learn Mudariya, and we will learn Amar in 14. Very interesting, very, very interesting. These lessons will open your world to understanding the Quran, and beautifully, my brother, beautifully. Most intelligently, these books are written. We already know Madi, fine. In this lesson on Mudaria, fine. In Mudaria, one of the four letters, you see now, same thing that I told you is prefixed. Huh? Prefix in the beginning, prefix to the verb, which is ya, ta. This is 5 in your pocket. Because the ta comes twice, they don't say 5, they say 4. But this is 5 in your pocket. We have learned that he wrote is kataba. Now he writes is yaktubu. Now that yaktubu means he writes. He is writing or he will write. It carries all these meanings. Now let us see the difference between the forms of Madi and Mudaria. See, this is Madi and this is Mudaria. What is the difference? We have learned that most of the Arabic verbs have 3 letters or radicals, yes. In the Madi, the first radical has a fatah, and in the Mudaria, it has a sukun. Huh? Did you see, my brother and sister? It has a sukun. Huh? And here it has fatah, sukun. Huh? The difference between the forms of Madi and Mudaria. We have learned that most Arabic verbs have 3 letters or radicals. In the Madi, the first radical has fatah. And in the Mudaria, the first radical has sukun. See, ya is not radical. Ya is alamatu Mudaria. This is your first radical. And in the Mudaria, it has sukun. The third radical has a fatah in the Madi, yes. Fatah in the Madi. And Dhamma in Mudaria. Yes, it has got Dhamma in Mudaria. See how beautifully Dr. Sahib explains it. The second radical may have one of the 3 vowel signs, Fatah, Kasra, Dhamma, both the Madi as well as in Mudaria. So remember, the second letter, both in Madi or in Mudaria, can have these 3 signs, Fatah, Kasra, Dhamma. According to the vowels of the second letter, verbs are classified in 6 groups. You remember 6 groups? Fatahu Dhammin, Nasara Yansuru. If you remember that song. Okay. According to the vowels of the second letter, the verbs are classified. Now, Dr. Abdurrahim here only explains us 4 verbs, which are common, and I like it. Okay. If he had explained us all 6 verbs, then we will have to do that, but only 4 verbs. According to the vowel of the second radical, the groups are classified, classified in 6 groups. Now, group number 1, A-U. A means in the second radical in Madi is Fatah, and in Mudaria it becomes Dhamma. We call it Bab Nasara. Nasara Yansuru. You have to just remember one Bab to understand the vowel signs, Nasara Yansuru. So here by the Kataba Yaktubu. Katala Yaktulu. See, same. Sajada Yasjudu. Okay, fine. Yasjudu. See, these are Yasjudu. In the Madi, they have Fatah. In the Mudaria, it became Sajada, Yasjudu. Kataba, Yaktubu. In the second group, there is a Fatah, it changes into Kasra. This is called Bab Daraba. Remember, Bab Daraba. I will be repeating it, and you will be getting it, more of it from me. Jalasa, where is the second radical? Lam. It will get a Kasra. Jalasa, Yajlisu. Yajlisu. Okay. Daraba Yadribu. Gasala Yagsilu. This is Bab Daraba. This is what you will practice, inshallah. And brother, if you take a little longer to understand, and make it remember everything. Please don't worry. I did not learn all this in one day. It took me weeks to understand. But the best way to understand and keep it in your mind is to conjugate. Huh? Print out a blank sheet or even a blank piece of paper and just write down 14 pronouns, huh? Hua, huma, hum, and then try to conjugate. Huh? Okay, Bab, then this is Zahaba, Yazhabu. And there are Fatah, Fatah in both. Fatah here, Fatah there. Okay, this is called Bab Fatah. Fatah, Yaftahu, Kara'a, Yakra'u. Okay, now the fourth group, which is very popular, all of them are popular, but these four groups are popular. Bab Samia. Look at Samia. Samia, my brothers and sisters. Look at Samia. Fahima, Shariba, Hafiza. So they match. Huh? So Samia, do you see? Samia, Shariba, Hafiza, Fahima, and then in Mudaria, Fahima will become Yafhamu, Shariba will become Yashrabu, Hafiza will become Yafazu. Yafazu. Just remember. Huh? And there is no riddle. This is very important. You must understand it. There is no rule to determine the group of a verb. There is no rule. The student should learn the group of each new verb he or she learns. All good dictionaries mention this. While expressing a verb, usually both Madi and Mudariya are mentioned together. Yes, we must try to express Madi and Mudariya together for practice, and it's are mentioned together. If you ask if you're asked the Arabic for to write, you should say if you're asked the Arabic for write, what you should say, kataba yaktubu. Your question was, what do you say in Arabic to write? Somebody asks you, what do you say in Arabic to drink? Then you will say shariba yashrabu. To write, kataba yaktubu. So we say both, madi mudare both. Now this is a good exercise. Remember, you'll have to say madi mudare both. Okay, my brothers and sisters. So that's all I wanted to briefly explain to you. Fine. This is again same thing. Yeah, I am text. Yes, see, yazhabu. So yazhabu, okay, yazhabu. I explained you. Musa, does he go to the souk every day? Naam, yazhabu daiman. Yazhabu daiman. Daiman means always. Remember, always, daiman. Ana ashrabu shaya daiman fi sabah. I always drink in the morning tea. Okay. Yazhabu daiman ila suq ba'da salatil fajr, after the salat. Mata yarji'u. See, yadhabu. Now it is yarji'u. So, mata yarji'u, when does he return? Now here again, I just want to remind you so that you do it. Raja'a. What will be the mudariya? We will learn. Mudariya is yarji'u. What bab is this? Daraba yadribu. Daraba yadribu. Fine. يرجع في الساعة السابعة وأحيانا في الساعة الثامنة. Now, I won't go in detail about explaining this, but you will learn, inshallah. He returns at 7 o'clock a.m. Ahyanan. What is the meaning of Ahyanan, my brothers and sisters? What is the meaning of Ahyanan? Sometimes. Sometimes. Ahyanan. He returns at 7 o'clock, but sometimes في الساعة الثامنة, 8 o'clock. في الساعة الثامنة. Fine. ماذا يفعل في البيت؟ يفعل في البيت. What does he do at home? So here again, I will write down for you. فعل. This is Madi and يفعل. يفعل. This is like يذهب. Huh? So this is Bab Fatah. What is it? Bab Fatah. Fatah second radical here. Fatah second radical. Bab Fatah. ماذا يفعل في البيت? What does he do at home? يقرأ صحف ويسمع الأخبار من إذاعتي. So here comes brother two verbs. يقرأ. What is the Madi? قرأ. Mudariya يقرأ. So this is Bab Fatah. Bab Fatah. قرأ. Maybe I can write down, inshallah. قرأ. يقرأ. This is Bab Fatah. And what is this? This is very important. We must understand. You will understand, inshallah. وَيَسْمَعُ. So what is يَسْمَعُ? Samia. Samia. Yes. Ma'u. Samia. Yes. Ma'u. Samia. Yes. Ma'u. This is Bab Samia. Then this is Bab Samia. So now, as we saw how Dr. Abdurrahim is emphasizing that every time you say Mahdi, try to say Mudari also. So Yakraus Suhufa. What is Suhufa? Mafulun bihi. Yasmau al akhbara, and he listens to the news from the radio station. No television at that time. Mata yadhabu ila masnai. Masnai is a factory. Masnai is a factory. When does he go to the factory? Yazhabu, same. Yazhabu fi saati thasiyati. This is 9 o'clock. Wa nisfin, 9:30. He goes at 9:30. Mata yarji'u. And what time does he come back? Min hunaka. He goes at 9:30. Yarji'u fi saati wahidati wa nisf. At 1:30 or at 2 o'clock. Yarji'u fi saatis wahidati wa nisfi, half. Wahidati is 1 hour and half, 1 o'clock and half, 1:30. Or saniyati, or at 2 o'clock. Zakaria says again, Ayazabu ila masnai maratan ukhra ba'da zuhri. Yeah, this is a nice word. We should say it properly and understand this word. Masnai is factory. What is the meaning of maratan ukhra? Once again. Once again. Maratan ukhra. One more time. Ba'da zuhri, does he go back to the factory? Ba'da zuhri? La. La yadhabu ba'da zuhri. He does not go. Now, every time verb comes, the file is there. Did not mention it, but yarji'u, file is mustatir, huwa. Huh? Yazhabu, file mustatir, huwa. Okay? La yazhabu ba'da zuhri. Yajlisu. See, now comes yajlisu. So, jalasa yajlisu. And then file mustatir takdiru huwa, it goes to the abu. Yajlisu huna fil maktabihi. Maktabihi is your office or library, you can say, but office. Ba'da salatil asri, he sits there. Zakaria, kam amilan. Kam amilan. Brother, see, kam has come, amilan has come, it's mansub, it's singular. Why it is mansub? Huh? Why it is mansub, my brothers and sisters? It is tamiz. Tamiz, tamiz. Huh? And it defines, it removes the ambiguity. If he says, come ya'malu, what is that meaning? But come amilan, workers. Amala, amila ya'malu, amilan is worker, laborer. Ya'malu fil masnaikum. Okay. Musa says, Masnauna, our factory. Masnauna, this is Jumla Ismiya. Laisa bikabirin. It is not big. Our factory is not big. Yamalu fihi miyatun wa khamsatun wa ishruna amilan. This is Yamadud. And it is mansub. It is tamiz. Miyatun 100, 25, 100, 5, khamsatun 5, and 20. Miyatun wa khamsatun wa ishruna amilan. Wa muhandisani. Muhandisani. And 2 engineers. 2 engineers. Fine. Zakaria says, Asatu al-ana tasiyatu ila Ruben. This is very important. Nice sentence here to understand. Ruban. Ruban means quarter. Quarter, 15 minutes or quarter hour. Or 15 minutes. Now, inshallah, all these things will become so very easy for you. You will love it, you will enjoy it. And I'm positive, I'm so confident, that you will really feel happy about it. Asa'atu, the time now, al-an, now. Atasiyatu, what is the tasiyatu? 9. 9 o'clock. Illa ruban, 15 minutes to 9. Except ruban. The time is now, instead of saying 15 minutes, this is what we say in English also, 15 minutes to 9. We can say this. Atasiyatu ila ruban. The time now is 8:45. Vama raja abuka, and your father did not return. Okay. So my brother, what shall I say here? It will come, inshallah, explanation about Ruban. Musa says, La Allahu yarji wal yawm mutaakhiran. Mutaakhiran. La Allah yarji al yawm mutaakhiran. Yarji al yawm mutaakhiran. Look at it, my brother. What is la Allah? 2 verbs. La Allah is min akhwatu inna, which denotes hope and fear. So here, because he's late, so he's saying, I'm afraid. It does not mention I here, but it is assumed. You say, I'm afraid he will return today late. Huh? He will come late. Mutaakhiran. Mutaakhiran. He will come late today. I'm afraid that is the meaning. Let me write it down. I am afraid that I'm afraid, maybe I should not write that. I'm afraid he will return late today. That is al-yawma. Did you get the idea, brothers and sisters? So now I'm not going to analyze more, but this is what we do in advanced level. We'll do it in book 3, or even we do that in Quran. Okay. That's it. La'allahu yarji'u. What is the verb? So you have to give me both Madi Mudariya. Yarji'u, what is the Madi Raja'a? Raja'a yarji'u. Fine. Now we come here, answer the questions. Now you have to read the lesson couple of times better. So you can say here, my brothers and sisters, لِزِيَارَةِ مَنْ ذَهَبَ زَكَرِيَا. To whom Zakaria went to visit? Whom did he go to visit? Zakaria. We can say Zahaba li ziyarati. So Zahaba has got the file huwa, that is Zakaria. Zahaba li ziyarati Hamidin. He went to visit Hamidin. Mata Zahaba? Zahaba ba'da salat al-fajr. You can read it and write it down. Even if you copy, I don't mind. But writing is extremely, extremely important, because slowly when you write, it will set in your mind, and inshallah you will have very little difficulty in future. Aina yadhabu Hamidun ba'da salatil fajri. Where does he go? Hamid goes after salatil fajri. Yadhabu Hamidun ila suki. He goes to the market ba'da salatil fajri. All these things are there from the lesson. You should try to read the lesson, and then if necessary, you can look at the solution. Everything is in front of you at your fingertips. All you have to do is, what do you have to do? It right. And then, inshallah, that will be fine. I sent all of you a poem by Sister Shaneen about writing. I hope you got it and you liked her thoughts. Aina yadhabu Hamidun ba'da. Fine, we answered that. Mata yarji'u min as-suki. Yarji'u fi sa'ati thabiyati, 7 o'clock. Wa ayyanan, and sometimes fi sa'ati saminati, 8 o'clock. Maza yaf'alu fil bayt. What does he do at home? Yakra'u al-suhufa. He reads newspaper. Wa yasma'u al-akhbar. He listens to the news min idha'ati, from the radio station. Did you get the idea, my brothers and sisters? Inshallah. Fine. Where are we now? Yeah. Mata yadhabu ila masna'i. When does he go to the factory? Yazabu, Fisati Tasiyati Vanisfi goes to the factory at 9:30. 9:30. Now, Kam Amilan Yamalu fi Masnaihi. How many workers work in his factory? Amilan, but I just want to make sure and emphasize something. After Kam, if you see a noun mansub, what does it mean? This is your tamiz. Kam amilan, how many workers? It is singular, but you'll say how many workers? Yamalu fi masnai, in his factory. Yamalu fi masnaihi miyatun wa khamsatun wa ishruna amilan. Amilan is your ma'adud. Amilan is your ma'adud. Just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. If you cannot get it, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm just asking you so that I can stimulate your mind to think, Ya Malu has come. Ya Malu has come. What is Ya Malu, my brothers? What is Ya Malu? Fi'lun mudari'un. Marfun. Is it marfu? Yes. What is the sign of its marfu? Dhamma. So this is how, inshallah, gradually, you will write it. Yamalu. I'm writing it so that you will see how it is written, and gradually you will start to write it like that. Yamalu, fi'lun, mudari'un, midari'un, marfu'un. Bidamma, with bidamma. Fine. This is how you will define it. Inshallah. This is what we do in Sunday class from the Quran. Jamalu, what is Madi? Amila. What is the, see now you have to remember, Madi is Amila, to work. Amila, Yamalu, what kind of a bab is that? Samia. Samia, Yasmau. Samia, Yasmau. This is the first time I'm just prodding your mind to think about it. Now my question was to you, and still my question. Where is the file? Where is the file? Remember, फेल के साथ साथ फाइल चलता है और उसके साथ कभी मफूल भी आता है ये बात हमें खूब याद रखनी है फेल के साथ साथ फाइल चलता है okay but the fail has come where is the file what is marfu that can I attribute as a file? Yamalu masnai, no fi harfjar masnai ism majroor wa huwa mudaf and he mudaf ilayhi. No, that's not. I think I found the file. What is the file? Miyatun. Do you see miyatun? Marfu. So that is the file. 100 workers work. 100 workers work. So this is your file. Miyatun. And then waw harfu atfin. Khamsatun. Also marfu. Then that you will say mautufun ala. Mautufun ala. I will give you a lot of practice, don't worry. Mautufun ala. It comes here. It is connected to miyatun. Then what is this? Wow, again, wow, harfu atfin. Ishruna. This is also mautufun ala miyatun. It is marfu. I won't go in detail now, but we'll do sometimes. And then what is amilan? What is amilan, my brothers and my sisters? Amilan is tamiz. It's ma'adud, number. No, ma'adud is the thing counted. I beg your pardon. Ma'adud is the thing counted. This is your tamiz. Because you, miyatun wa khamsatun wa ishruna, what does it, the number signify? Amilan. It is tamiz, you know. Tam muhandisan ya'malu fi masnai. How many engineers work in his factory? Ya'malu fi muhandisani. So, brother, here again I ask you, here is the verb, ya'malu. Where is the file? Where is it, the file? Muhandisani. Two. No, I don't want to go in defining it, but soon we will be able to define it, you know, that this is your file. Is it marfu? Yes, it is marfu. But don't worry, we'll describe it some other time. Fine. Okay, so we were just answering all the questions. Now here is very good mental test for us. Mental test for us, my brothers and sisters. Correct the following. These are all incorrect sentences. Correct the following. Okay, just think about it and try to correct it. And then I've written here, Hamidun ibn Musa. What is the correct answer? Hamidun Abu Musa, not Ibn Musa. Hamidun is Abu Musa, remember. Yes, Abu Hamidun ila suki ahyanan. No. Not ahyanan, daiman. So then you write down here. This is nice mental exercise. You will love it, but writing will make you very strong, very strong. Yazhabu, fi'al, hamidun, fa'il, ila suki, jar majrur, daiman. Always. No, this is your zarf, time. Zarfu zaman. Okay. Don't worry. Yazhabu hamidun ila masnai fi saati thaminati wa nisf. No. That is not right. Fi tasiyati wa nisf. He says 8:30. No, 9:30. Fi tasiyati. Read and see. Match your answers. Yazhabu hamidun ila masnai ba'da salati zuhri aidan. No. La yazhabu. He doesn't go after that. Yajlisu fil bayti ba'da salatil ashri. No, he does not sit in the house. He sits in his office. Yajlisu fi maktabihi, in his office, not in the house, in his office. Masnau hamidin kabirun. Masnau hamidin kabirun. No. That's not correct. That is not correct. Masnauhu, his factory, laisa bi kabirin. It is not big. Fine. Now, my brothers and sisters, learn the Madi and Mudariya. Dr. Abdurrahim is saying, this is very important exercise. I hope you will do it, my brother. See here, look at it. This is Madi and this is Mudari. ذهب ذهب علي إلى المدرسة أمس. ذهب علي إلى المدرسة أمس. Ali went to the school yesterday. Yesterday he went to the school. Now make it Zahab into Mudaria and change the sentence. Zahab, Yadhabu. Zahaba became Yazhabu Aliyu ilal madrasati kulla yawmin. He goes to the school every day. Qara Ismailu Quran. Qara Ismailu al-Qurana. Fi'al, fa'il, maf'ulun bi. So now what you say? Yaqra'u Ismailu al-Qurana بعد صلاة الفجر, after صلاة الفجر. كل يوم, every day after صلاة الفجر, Ismail reads the Quran. غسل الرجل سيارته. The man washed his car. يغسل رجل سيارته كل أسبوع. The man washes his car every week. Fine. You do it and try to figure out fi'l, file, and that will be a good exercise. See, remember here, you have Madi and you have Mudariya. Fine. Now, write the Mudariya of the following verbs. Write the Mudariya of the following verbs. See here, brothers and sisters. Kataba yaktubu. Kataba yaktubu. What Bab is this? This is Bab Nasar. What is it? Bab Nasar. Fatahu Dammin, the Fatah change into Dhamma. Jalasa Yajlisu. This is Bab Daraba. Jalasa Yajlisu. Zahaba Yazhabu. This is Bab Fatah. No, you can either do that or what Dr. Saib says. Dr. Saib says A-U, A-I, A-A, E-A, E-A, whatever you want to do, so long as you understand it, inshallah. And then Samia Yasma'u. See, Samia is Kasra here. It became Fatah here. Let me here put, see, Kasra here. It became Fatah here. So what is this? This Bab? You should know this Bab. Bab Samia. This is Bab Samia. So we have only 4 Babs to remember. These are the most common, my brother. So see, this exercise is the Halwa Puri. Pure Halwa Puri. See, Kataba Yaktubu. Dakhala Yadkhulu. Kharaja Yakhruju. Sajada Yasjudu. Akala Yakulu. Katala Yaktulu. Katala. I don't like this verb. We should have said something else. I don't know why. Kataba Yaktubu. Dakhala Yadkhulu. Kharaja Yakhruju. Sajada Yasjudu. Akala Yakulu. Katala Yaktulu. Fine. Okay. And now you have to write it. Jalasa Yajlisu. Jalasa Yajlisu. This is Bab Daraba. Gasala Yagsilu. Raja'a Yarji'u. Nazala Yanzilu. Kasara Yaksiru. Daraba Yadribu. Did you get the idea? I told you it's Halwa Puri. No, this is Bab Fataha. Raka'a. Nazala is to get down. Kasara is to break. Daraba is to hit. Gasala is to watch. Kharaja to come out. Akala to eat. Katala, oh, don't ask me the meaning. Raka'a yarkau, to go into ruku. Raka'a yarkau. Rafa to raise. Yarfa'u. All bab fataha. Fa'ala yaf'alu. Sa'ala yas'alu. Fataha yaftahu. Now this is important, Samia. Fahima, to understand. Yafhamu. Laiba, to play. Laiba yal abu. Hafiza, to memorize. Hafiza yafazu. Shariba, to drink. Shariba yashrabu. Rakiba is to ride. Ride a bus or a bike, or Rakiba yarkabu. See, these are all Bab Samia. Okay, all Bab Samia. So you should have no problem, inshallah. I'm just checking. No, we are coming to the end of it, inshallah. Fill in the blanks with suitable verbs in Mudariya. Simple. I did it. I want to show you. Abi ila suki kulla sabahin. So yazhabu abi. My father goes to, where does he go to? Goes to the market every morning. Mata abuka min masna'i. Mata yarji'u. How? When does he return? When does your father return from the factory? So yarji'u. Ahmada kahwata. Yashrabu Ahmadu kahwata. Fi'al, fa'il, mafulun bihi. Yashrabu Yusufu shy. Fi'al, fa'il, mafulun bihi. Akhi, my brother, yakra'u, reads suhufa. Suhufa mafulun bihi, and akhbara mafulun bihi. My brother reads the newspapers and he listens to the news min idhaati, from the radio station. Kulla sabahin, no television. At that time, there were no televisions when this book was written. Al-Mudarisu ala sabuti. What can the Mudaris do? Yaktubu Mudarisu ala sabuti. The Mudaris is writing on the blackboard. Yagsilu Hishamun, Yaksilu Hishamun, Wajahahu. He washes his face bisabun, with soap. Yagsilu Hishamun, Wajahahu bisabun. Yakhruju al-mudiru, fi'al fa'il. The mudir comes out of min al-madrasati fi sa'ati saniyati, at 2 o'clock. He comes out at 2 o'clock. Saniyati, 2 o'clock. Yakhruju fi'al fa'il, al-mudiru min al-madrasati, jar majrur, again jar majrur, saniyati. Did you get the idea? Now here are the numbers, my brothers and sisters. These are from 21. They are 21 to 30. I will just go briefly. Wahidun, 1, wa ishruna, 20, Taliban. This is your Madud and it is your Tamiz. Taliban. Now do you see here, everything matches. 21 to 22 matches. If Nani wa Ishruna Taliban, 22, it is there here. Now it goes opposite. What does it go opposite? Taliban is masculine. This becomes muannas. Salasatun, 3. Vaishruna, Taliban. 3 plus 20. That is how we'll say 3 plus 20. And then Arbaatun Vaishruna, 4 plus 20. It goes opposite. I've written it across. And Khamsatun Vaishruna Taliban. 5 plus 20, 25. Sittatun Vaishruna Taliban. Sabatun Vaishruna Taliban. Sabatun Vaishruna Taliban. Samaniyatun 8 plus 20, 28 Taliban. Tis'atun, this is your 9 plus 20 Taliban. And Thalathuna, see, it has got a special pattern. Ishruna, Salasuna, okay, Arbauna, Khamsuna, Sittuna, Sab'una. These are all special and they are the pattern of Jama Muzakkar Salim. I will write down if you don't understand. Don't worry. It is the pattern of Jama Muzakkar Jamu Muzakkar Salim. What is the English of Jama Muzakkar Salim? Sound masculine plural. This is the meaning of this. Sound masculine plural. No. So then this, everything becomes from 21 to 100, which is very simple, straightforward. Inshallah, you will understand. When it will come in the lessons, we'll be able to understand it. Now here is, my brothers and sisters, something is given here. I know we did not do these numbers, so before, but if you see here, we'll be able to do it. You can check it and do it here. Fi shahri, in a month, 29. So you can say here 29 from here. Fi shahri, see, all these are masculine. The madud is, they are all masculine. So we can follow this. Fi shahri, I'm just writing 1 or 2. 29. So what will you say? Fi shahri tis'atun wa ishruna Taliban. No, we'll say yawman. Yawman. Did you get the idea? Fi shahri, you can write down fi shahri again in Arabic. Fi shahri, in a month. In a month. Or, what will you say? 30. Salasuna yawman. Salasuna yawman. Yawman. Inshallah, you will be able to do. في هذه الحافلة, in this bus. Hafilati is the bus. In this, but when you write it properly. في هذه الحافلة. Again, 25, fine. These are all, so you can see 25. How do you write 25? خمسة وعشرون راكبا. What will you say? خمسة وعشرون راكبا. Did you get that? Inshallah. Huh? Like that. Huh? Now, جاء اليوم. Huh? اليوم طالبا شديدا. So how will you say here? جاء اليوم اثنان. Huh? اثنان وعشرون طالبا. Now you'll say exactly, you will say this. جاء اليوم اثنان وعشرون طالبا. Inshallah. في هذا الكتاب 21 lesson. Huh? So how will you say? في هذا الكتاب واحد وعشرون درسا. واحد وعشرون درسا. درسا. Like that. Huh? Do it. I think now, today, after I have explained you the numbers to some extent, and I'll do it every day. So every time we meet, something from the numbers to refresh your mind, and even they will come in the dars also. So where are we now? هذا الملعب, this playground. طوله, what is the meaning of طوله? طوله, length, length, length. طوله is the length. Huh? Length, what is the length? No, they're all muzakkar, so you will say, what will you say? ثمانية وعشرون. What will you say? ثمانية وعشرون مترا. This is your ma'dud, مترا. وأرضه, and the width is أربعة وعشرون مترا. أربعة وعشرون مترا. You can check it from here and do it, but it's very, makes it easy, inshallah. At least you do it, write it, and say it loudly. Huh? So هذا الملعب طوله, the length is ثمانية وعشرون مترا, and its width is أربعة وعشرون مترا. Did I say properly? ثمانية وعشرون مترا وأربعة وعشرون مترا. Fine. Now what is the next one? كم كيلومترا? How many كيلومترا? تميز. المسافة. مسافة, what is the meaning of مسافة? Distance. How many kilometers is the distance بين المدينة والمطار, between the city and the airport? مسافة بينهما, between them. بينهما is between them. Maybe I should. Between them, I write down the distance here. Distance. 23 kilometers. How will you say? ثلاثة وعشرون كيلومترا. كيلومترا. ثلاثة وعشرون كيلومترا. Fine. What is the next? Haza daftaru, this notebook. Tuluhu, the length is how much? 27 centimeters. See? Kilometran, centimetran, mitran. These are all derived from the European language. Haza daftaru, tuluhu. Tuluhu, 27. What will be 27? Sabatun, 27. Sabatun, Vaishruna, centimetran. Sabatun, Vaishruna, centimeters. Fine. Is there any? That's it. Huh? Now we have here another new thing to remember. Very interesting. It will come. You will always remember this. I won't go in detail, but in book 3 we go in detail, but I won't go now. No, it's not right for me to go in detail. Just memorize it. Mubakkiran. Huh? Say loudly. Mubakkiran. Mubakkiran. Say loudly at home. Mubakkiran. What is the meaning of Mubakkiran? Early. And Mutaakhiran means late. Mutaakhiran. Zahabtu ila al-madrasati al-yawma. I went to the school today. Okay. What time did you go? Mubakkiran, early. I went to the Zahabtu ila al-madrasati al-yawma mubakkiran. I went to the school today early. Wa raja'tu, and I returned. Raja'tu ila al-bayti, and I returned home. Mutaakhiran, very nice sentence. I returned home late. Did you get the idea? One more time. Zahabtu ila al-madrasati al-yawma mubakkiran. I went to the school early. Warajatu ila bayti mutakhiran. I returned home late. Zahabat Layla. Now see here that there's a difference between, again, masculine and feminine. Okay. Here we were talking about a person. Okay. Male. Masculine person. Here it is Layla. So see here it came a change here. Zahabat. Where is the fi'l? Zahaba. What is the sta? Tautanisi. Layla is the file of Zahab. Zahaba. And Tautanisi. Ilal Jamiyati. Layla went to the university. Mutakhiran. She went to the university late. Late. Now, Zahabatit tabibatu. See, there's a sukun here. But because there's a sukun here, so we had to put a kasra here to remove the two sukuns. Zahabatit tabibatu. Zahabatit tabibatu. Again, Zahabatit tabibatu al-yawma. The doctor, lady doctor went to the, of course, ila al-mustashfa al-yawma, today. When did she go? What time did she go? Mubakkiratan. And here also, mutakhiratan. There was no ta marbuta here when it was a masculine, but when it is feminine, the ta marbuta can come. Did you get the idea, brothers and sisters? Inshallah. Now, my brothers and sisters, we are coming to the end of the class. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I hope you found the lesson interesting, enlightening. We have stepped into the world of Mudariya. Now we will learn lesson number 11 next Saturday. That is a big lesson. We won't finish it one day, but you will see the fi'l mudariya coming now. Madi mudariya, but mostly mudariya, and different forms of mudariya. But again, knowing Dr. Abdurrahim, he will keep the verb forms simple as they are in this dars. It will be simple. So we have here, my brothers and sisters, yes, you got it on. I just wanted to point out, here I can say early. Point to note about this is ta marbuta. There is a ta marbuta here, ta marbuta here, and there is no ta marbuta there. So if the file is monas, then it will become mutaakhiratan. If the file is monas, tabibu, then it will become mubakkiratan, mubakkiratan. If you say zahaba hamidun ila al-mustashfa, then you will say mubakkiran, like that, mubakkiran or mubakkiratan. If the file is monas, then you will get a ta marbuta here. Fine. There are 4 verbs that Dr. Sai wants us to make a sentence. What are those 4 words? Nice verb for you to daiman. What is the meaning of daiman? Always. Ahyanan. What is the meaning of ahyanan? Sometimes. Mutakhiran, which is late. Late. Mutakhiran is late. Mubakkiran is early. Maratan ukhra, one more time. One more time, okay. Ana azhabu ila suki daiman. I go to the souk every day. Or you can say zahaba yadhabu. Yadhabu, you can say yadhabu abi ila suki daiman. Always, always. Or you can say yashrabu hamidun al-kahwata ahyanan. Hamid drinks coffee sometimes, Here I have written here, La azhabu ila masjidi. I don't go to the masjid. La azhabu ila masjidi. I don't go to the masjid. Mutakhiran. I don't go to the masjid late. Azhabu ila masjidi mubakkiran. Did you get the idea? Azhabu ila masjidi mubakkiran. La azhabu ila masjidi mutakhiran. Now here, this is Maratun Ukhra. Karatu Hazal Kitaba. I read this book Kabla Shahrina, a week ago, a month ago. Thumma Karatuhu Al Yawma. Then I read it today. Maratun Ukhra, one more time. Maratun Ukhra, one more time. Did you get the idea? Inshallah, one more time. Alhamdulillah, my brothers and sisters. So we'll do practice everything that we have done. We will start this lesson next time, and I will talk about Mudariya again, giving you a lot of practice in Mudariya. And if you like, I'll make a handout of this 4 things to remember in Mudariya. I'll make a handout of this for you if you like it, inshallah. So, brothers and sisters, Jazakumullahu khairan. May Allah bless you for your sacrificed time. And may Allah bless your family members, your spouses, your children who also were patient in letting you study the lesson without any disturbance. May Allah bless you and your spouses and your children with the best of health and iman. And may Allah grant you excellent health And may Allah make your children salihin, sadiqeen, muttaqeen, and may Allah enlighten your home with the light of Quran and understanding of Quran, inshallah. May Allah save you, protect you, your family from the evil of this virus, to you and all your family members, and to my family members. May Allah protect all Muslims everywhere in the world uh, from this evil virus. May Allah protect them and give them excellent health. And may Allah protect the whole humanity, as humanity at large, from the evil of this virus. Ameen. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. جزاكم الله خيرا. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, see you next Saturday at 1:30.